Hello Sagittarius, I'm back. It's December 2016, Dadhichi from astrology.com.au with the final month of the year 2016 forecast for your sun sign. And the significant thing we see here is the cluster of 4 planets in your sun sign as the month commences with, I might add, the new moon that's just taken place at the very tail end of November. So that's significant. You're probably already working on your New Year's resolutions early because the new moon is a significator of big change. And unfortunately you've had that harrowing, slow-moving, somber, sometimes depressive Saturn in your sun sign for some time, and that's going to be there for the rest of 2017 till about this time next year. So you need to find some strategies to deal with this particular planet. In your case, it rules the 2nd house predominantly, which is the finance sector. But it's nice to see the new moon, although it's a little bit tough having a new moon near Saturn. It does indicate new strategies for looking at ways to earn money. It's also showing depending on your age, you see, this is the thing with astrology. You have to look at the age of the person. If you're sort of going through a Saturn return now around your 29th, 30th year, then the transit of the sun at these 4 planets, Mercury, the new moon, Saturn and the sun in your sun sign now indicate some important developments professionally as well, because Saturn is in its most powerful, what we call a reverse square aspect, impacting upon your professional activities. That's the sign of Virgo. And also, look, you've got the North Node there, what we call Rahu, and that's also showing, from my experience, a deep-seated desire or urge to achieve something in the area that the node is transiting. And often what happens is that we're obstructed. So it's sort of a double obstruction there. You've got the transit of the North Node, then you've also got the that full reverse square aspect of Saturn transiting your sun sign, and now on I think December 10th to be exact, leading up to that for a few days, actually probably right from the beginning of the month, you'll feel the intensification of that sense of responsibility, maybe more workload than you would care for in December, especially if you're thinking Christmas, fun, and then all of a sudden you're dumped with all this work on you. That's not so much fun. But as I say, having fun is only half the fun. You have to learn how to give that a bit of a twist and enjoy it, even if it's not all that enjoyable, because, of course, you cannot always evade those responsibilities. So that's an important transit. That will quickly pass after the 10th. So it's not going to occur all the way up to Christmas. Just having a look at the transit sheet here to take a look at those dates. Venus is an unusual planet. It is naturally what we call a beneficial planet, what we call a benefic. But for you, it temporarily becomes the ruler of the sixth house and the 11th house. 6th house is not so good, ruling your health, that sort of thing. It is a warning to you, transiting your 2nd house, that you need to be very careful about the food you eat now. We see that it's just past the conjunction of Pluto, so you are particularly compelled by food, or you may be using food as a means of pushing down some of these unresolved emotions. It is also a very intense feature relating to your work at the moment, because the 6th house is work. I often see that this planet, more so for the signs of Libra and Taurus, shows that the person is themselves the cause of their own health problems. Temporarily for you, because of this planet transiting the zone of income, but also eating. I've just got a vibe that it's more to do with your dietary constraint, that can present a problem now, and Venus can be excessive. We see also that later in the month there is a very powerful trine aspect to Jupiter, would you believe, on Christmas Day. There you go, piggy. Just bring it down a little bit, eat a little bit, just wait to see how full you are, and don't mix too many foods, I think is what's going on here. In any case, the Venus-Jupiter aspect is, it shows a magnanimous nature, larger than life sort of attitude. Jupiter gives that expansive, super confident energy to the situation. But dealing with food, that can be a problem. The one thing there I might add, however, on December 8th, it does move out of this segment into your third house of travels, communications, usually short journeys, but in the new year it's going to make a conjunction with Mars. We'll talk about that in the new year, but this is pretty significant too, that you're going to have a lot of activity, maybe for your work. Those last few days before Christmas, you're going to be flitting here, there and everywhere, and overloading yourself, as shown by the conjunction of the 4 planets to start the month off in your sun sign. So you need to bring that under control, measured doses with your food, a measured approach with your schedule and your timing, and all will be well leading up to Christmas, Sagittarius. The Mars aspect to Jupiter, again, this is coming from your third house of contracts, communications, neighbours and brothers and sisters. Having Mars in the third house is not considered a good omen. Mars is the natural ruler of siblings. Being in the third house can cause some problems to that person, neighbours, and sometimes to property. And because it's a place of contracts, you have to be careful what you sign. You may be very distracted and you could take your eye off the ball. So if you are going to sign contracts, and there's another little aspect there that's not so little relating to this as well, and many of you have heard of it, the retrograde Mercury. Mercury for you is a reasonably good planet. It is ruling the 7th house, which is partners, and it is also ruling the 10th house, which is your career. And its retrogression, along with the fact that Venus is moving in your 3rd house with that Mars, there could be some contractual issues here that need to be looked at more carefully. And if there's a retrograde Mercury, you're probably better to wait till the new year. Which leads me to say, again, Merry Christmas. Do drop in at the website, my website, astrology.com.au. Take a look at what's happening. We're going to have the yearly overviews up shortly. I'm still working on those, but very soon you'll be able to see what's happening and get this reading in context with what's happening in the next 12 months. Do look forward to your company again. Thank you for hanging around for the year, coming and visiting me here. Look forward to your company again in 2017. Bye-bye now.